Have you ever wanted to travel? Wouldn't it be cool to experience the landscape and cultures of Europe, Southeast Asia, Africa, the Middle East, or the Caribbean? Well, Montgomery College's study abroad programs are great ways for you to travel the world, be immersed in a different culture, and earn credits towards your degree while you're at it. Get your passport ready. The details are coming up next on MC 101 on The Real. Hi, welcome to MC 101 on The Real. I'm Dr. Beverly Walker-Griffea, Senior Vice President for Student Services at Montgomery College. MC has an extremely diverse ethnic student body. We have students from more than 170 countries. Because of this diversity, the college is dedicated to bringing a greater awareness of global perspectives to our students. One big way we're accomplishing that is through our study abroad programs. Dr. Greg Malvo, the coordinator of study abroad at MC, has the details.
I would say the concept of study abroad in general is probably three concepts that you could put it into. The first being that we have an environment for study for academics that goes beyond the constraints of the traditional classroom setting. With study abroad, you're able to not only read about it, write about it, and discuss it, but you're actually able to get your hands dirty in the midst of it, meaning that you experience it as well. Those locations and those different experiences that you know historically or culturally, you become immersed in with study abroad. And to do things, such as archaeological digs, go to different museums abroad, to go to sites, whether it's the mountains, rivers, whatever ranges that you have to in terms of really trying to understand a little bit better that environment, that culture, that history, whatever discipline it is that you're looking at, it allows you to actually get deeply involved, delve with it, and even the individuals there and how they experience those things as they are experiencing those things, not just what you read, but actually being there for that experience itself. The next two concepts of study abroad, I think, closely connect to Montgomery College. We really want to incorporate service learning as part of this as well. Service learning components tend to be a part of a short-term 2-week program where a group may help to build a water irrigation system in a village that doesn't have the plumbing and so forth. And students, we expect them to get involved. Probably the third concept in terms of study abroad and also Montgomery College is a part of is bringing it back to the fold here at the college itself and having programs where students and faculty, administrators share their experiences to the community itself and to have different functions, different speakers on campus, celebrating different cultures, and just appreciating our diversity in a very global and educational manner. Aside from short-term study abroad, which I mentioned, you have semester or year-long study abroad, and that is for credits that are earned in a full schedule, full credits that are earned. We make sure that any classes that are abroad are transferred back here and can be transferable to schools throughout the state as well. The students who go abroad are a very diverse group. These are students who are open-minded to other groups of people, cultures, environments, but not necessarily the case. We also have students who've never traveled in their life who feel like, well, I need to have a new experience as well. Some of the locations are, well, they've gone all over the world. India is a location that was not long ago. Also Senegal and the Gambia, Germany, Luxembourg, and Belgium as well. We did a Peru program that looked at archaeological sites and digs that were done there. So in the future, the hope is to do a number of study abroad programs and projects. I'm excited about the fact that perhaps we will be doing a program to Cuba for short-term study abroad for 2 weeks. We have a very exciting possibility as well with a relationship with the University of Gondar in Ethiopia. And we were actually fortunate to have some of the officials from the University of Gondar visit us and talk about this partnership. So those are some of the locations, those are some of the disciplines that were involved with them as well. After each student returns from study abroad, we have a one-on-one conference in my office, a post sort of interview. And a lot of the students that I've interviewed, have said that it has altered their lives. And they get this sort of experience they appreciate in terms of international experience. They become far more marketable, in terms of the job market. Students want to get in the midst of things. They want to meet those people. They want to get their hands dirty. They want to be part of the culture. They want to eat that food. They want to experience it fully. And that's the gift of study abroad. I strongly encourage students to take part in study abroad. I cannot stress enough the sort of opportunities and the life-altering occurrence that could result from study abroad. I do my best to try to assist them and still have a safe program for them, but I do, certainly encourage study abroad for their open-mindedness and for their growth. So if a student has interest in study abroad, you can contact me by phone, by email, and online at my webpage for study abroad, and I will do my best to assist you and look forward to seeing you.
So you see, study abroad is an exciting way to travel to faraway places and to work with and learn from people from every corner of the planet. But what exactly happens on a study abroad program? Let's have some of our faculty members who have instructed their classes abroad fill you in.
I was one of the tour leaders to Senegal and Gambia in West Africa. The program was tied in with my Bio 203 class, which is general microbiology.
I was fortunate to be able to travel with the China program in 2008. And then for the Senegal and Gambia trip, I was asked to help do some of the education and the preparation there. And I proposed and developed and then co-led the India program that was during the winter of 2011-2012.
In the Senegal trip, I was one of 3 faculty leaders, and that was tied to my African history course, History 230, which is Africa since 1800. The 3 of us actually had students who were working with us.
I had 2 students that I was supervising. One of the students was interested in studying the HIV/AIDS issues in Senegal, and the other student was interested in studying the efficacy of the herbs, African herbs, on certain microbial infections.
Each of these programs inform what I do in the classroom because each of these programs looked at global themes, and you might have something happening in Senegal that actually illustrates common themes in modern Asia.
Our students wrote papers, and they did work when they were in country in Senegal for which they received academic credit. A student who was interested in nursing went there and observed nursing programs in country. We had a student who was interested in art, and he studied Senegalese instruments, musical instruments. My student who was in history visited the site of Gorée Island, which was the site of a slave fort. So there were several different kinds of projects.
With the India program, we did spiritual sites, religious sites. We saw how that translated into modern life. So we were at the holiest city of Hinduism. We looked at how Islam had blended there. We looked at the monuments of the great Mughals.
Going to the West African Research Center in Dakar to speak with some of the professors that taught at the universities, and also to actually go into the field to look at some of the methods that they're using to work with these HIV individuals.
We visited the University of Dakar in a very spirited discussion with one of the faculty members, one of the female faculty members, about the role of women in Senegal.
It was important to understand what happened with imperialism. So we had to ride the trains because that's what the British used. We took 2 overnight train rides. We did a service project at a school for untouchable children. We went to a dance festival.
The traditional African healing settlement in Fatick. There we met some patients and we met some traditional healers, and they further explained the sort of methodology that they used to cure these patients.
When we were in the Gambia, we spoke to a gentleman who was involved in historic restoration of an old slave fort along the Gambia River.
We stayed at an ashram, and one morning we did yoga at sunrise on the roof of the ashram as we looked out over the Ganges River. That's just a tiny portion of what we did, but with everything that we did, we gave lectures, or we had experts give lectures.
The outcomes of these activities in terms of culture was very, very mind-boggling. The students, for the first time, had to see a lot of things through another cultural lens.
I think the students were able to benefit a great deal from interacting with local people.
For the students, they got this information. They got to hear how the sitar traveled across Eurasia from the sitar player, who then started playing Beatles music.
This travel allowed them to see other cultures, other ways of living that they're not used to. You know, it was quite exciting for the students to mingle with people from other cultures.
There is a great value in interacting with people in a multicultural context, and so they will carry these experiences forward with them in the future as they go through their lives. I think this experience will be a major reference point in their lives.
What was really amazing for them was to meet these families when we were at the Taj Mahal. Everybody was celebrating, and they wanted our students' pictures taken with them. That was a huge, huge, huge thing. So each student got something different from the trip.
Going and interacting with people who speak different languages or in a different culture changes you forever. Changes you forever.
Here at Montgomery College, people from all parts of the world, about 170 countries are represented. And this study abroad program helps the students to be able to respond to the different cultures they are opportuned to meet in their classrooms.
Regardless of what your major is, having this experience of interacting with people in another country, in a different culture, in a different language, in a different cultural environment is extremely valuable.
The great thing about Montgomery College's study abroad program is its academic nature, its creation by faculty. This is not just a tour, and you're protected.
Montgomery College Study Abroad is one of the best. I am proud to be part of that program.
I saw a great saying, and I don't know who said it, but it said, "Leap and the net will appear." Well, this is an amazing opportunity to travel with Montgomery College because you can leap, and we're the net for you. And so you have everything to gain.
It's a fundamental part of your education to have this kind of experience. So I recommend it in the strongest possible terms.
All I can say to Montgomery College students, if you're interested in embarking on an exciting and enjoyable academic endeavor that can have a powerful impact on your psyche and personal relationships, please join the Montgomery College study abroad program.
Whether you engage in a short-term or extended program, the study abroad programs at Montgomery College will give you a greater understanding and appreciation of other cultures while having the opportunity to see places and do things you might never have had the chance to do otherwise. And it looks fantastic on your resume. That's all the time we have for this episode of MC 101 on the Real. Thank you for watching our show, and we'll leave you with images from MC's past study abroad programs. See you next time.